people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PPN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't obeyed. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you...
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Patriots Prayer Podcast, and you guys are on it. I mean, we barely just got live on the air. There's already 350 people in here, and it's climbing. So, guys, thank you. I appreciate it, especially on an unannounced podcast. So that's great. I got with me a special guest tonight, and David is from Q Broadcast. And as you know, we've been telling you guys consistently, we're now on Q Broadcast Network. We're streaming on TV thanks to these guys, and they're doing it a little different, guys. They're doing it a little different. Free speech. How about that for a change? How are you like dealing with, I mean, is there any pushback from like other networks and these sort of things? Like, you're doing something they're not. Because I can almost assure you, we're not going on Comcast. We won't be on Cox.
Right.
We're not going to be on any one of these types of services. It's just not TV ready. It's too real. It's too true. What made you want to do this? And then let's talk about any pushback, if any, that you've got from doing it.
Absolutely. So originally I wrote the business model back in 2008 when IPTV was a brand new buzzword. We just had implemented voice over IP, VoIP, and I was part early on in the internet business. And so to be able to compete with cable companies, you have to be able to sell TV service. And at the time, all we could do was sell DirecTV or Dish Network. And what I kept hearing over and over and over from people is, hey, you know, I live in the Chicago area. So I'd hear from people, I just want to watch the Cubs. And I want WGN, or I want the Marquee Sports Network. And the only way I can get Marquee is I have to pay the top tier level to get the Marquee network. Mm-hmm. And so I looked into content back at that time. I had an engineer that actually, we were able to stream over a wireless internet connection. He wrote an algorithm that we were able to stream live video over a 512K connection. And so we could stream, but what we didn't have at the time was access to content. So, you know, I put the business model on a back burner, and through the 2013 to 2020, you know, you started to see other companies come out with more IPTV. And by 2020, I found an opportunity. I met a gentleman in Las Vegas who became my chief technology officer at the time. And he had access to the content and introduced me to the content brokers, where I put together a contract that literally nobody else has. So we are truly an IPTV only company. There's other streaming companies who are derived from cable or derived from satellite that took government money. And when you take government money, guess who owns you?
Yeah, strings come attached. There are a lot of people that were watching some of the free speech networks, the ones that we absolutely love, take a lot of dark money in the last few years. And we all asked the same question. I'm not going to call anyone out. You know who you are. But last year, one of the biggest fighter 2 years ago, I think at this point, one of the biggest fighters for free speech on the internet for streaming services took a lot of money.
Yep.
And we were very, very concerned about what they were going to do with that money. Turns out what they did benefited only people that weren't already on the network, who weren't already there grinding, putting in the time, building a following, doing the things that we were doing there. And they paid a lot of YouTubers to come over who had established channels and then put them as their features, while all the people who were already on their network grinding and building and doing all the right things just got left in the dust. And we just don't know as the years go by, or what other strings come attached with that, because YouTube and others continually change the rules of the game all the time. All the time. TikTok just came out with new rules and new things. They give you a bunch of words that you can't say, but they don't tell you what the words are. And then if you're a content creator, that kind of thing, you go on and you're like, oh, this is not monetized, because they wrote their terms of service so loose that they can apply it at any time they want to. And next thing you know, it's like, okay, I'll put all this time and effort into creating all this content and doing all these things, and they just reach into my pocket and take it. Facebook or Meta is extremely guilty of that. Extremely guilty of that. We had upwards of, I would say 3 years ago or so, we had upwards of 30,000 followers and growing consistently on Meta platforms when PPN was just starting out. And somebody posted something. I made him an admin on the page, and they posted, it was a Bible verse. It was Corinthians 6:9. And it talked about how, liars, fornicators, thieves, and homosexuals wouldn't inherit the kingdom of heaven. It was a Bible verse.
Yes.
And they flagged me for hate speech. I won the appeal. They continued with the strike. Now I'm not able to advertise. So the account I spent years building, all the time, all the effort, just down the drain. Down
Absolutely.
the drain. And now we have, David, you wouldn't believe DJ Daniels, Tom McDonald, Bryson Gray. You saw the intro. I've talked to Marjorie Taylor Greene. I've had all these people. Tim, can't think of his name. Tim, the congressman, Tim Bouchard.
Yeah,
one of my favorite guys too.
Yes,
man.
yes.
It's killing me because he's on the UAP task force. He's a part of that. So we had him on. But just, over and over again, we get very dynamic, very unique guests. Number one selling music artists that outsell Cardi B and and they'll be on our channel just having a regular conversation. And Maurice and Steve had Tom McDonald on a few weeks ago talking about interdimensional space aliens and all the usual conspiracy theories. And it was just a genuinely good conversation, a great time. I produced it and was in the background, and I was looking at the numbers, and I'm like, how in the hell is it that this guy puts a video out and it's at 6 million within a day or two? But the moment he comes on our channel and we stream him on YouTube, 200, 300 views. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's impossible. That's impossible unless you're throttling us.
Exactly.
And the only reason they throttle us is because it's right there in our emblem. Truth matters.
Yes.
We're going to say all the things that other people won't say and talk about all the other things that people won't talk about. And it's just not received well. And it's a terrible thing.
Well, then, and that's why I started this company. And Q, the CUE, stands for Communication Unites Everyone. Not some of you, not the left, not the right, not the middle, but everyone. When we can talk and have open communication, then we have a chance to have peace and be able to communicate with people and hear what else is going on. And the media in my entire lifetime, you know, I'm 68 years old, you know, and I've always been.
Well, you look 67, just so you know.
I appreciate that. Be 69 later this month. So, but you know, as I watched, my degree is actually in music education. So I come from a music background. I come from an education background. I have all of the characteristics to be liberal because teachers and musicians tend to usually be liberal.
I was making music right before this broadcast. So
yeah. And, you know, and again, I don't consider myself a Republican at all.
Neither do we.
So I literally love to communicate with people. And as you communicate, we bring people from both sides in. We're not excluding anybody. I may not agree with what one of our podcasters or one of our broadcasters says, but I will stand up for the right for free speech. That is where we're founded upon. And now the only exception we make to that rule is we will never have any adult content pornography on our channels. But you know, from a political standpoint, from a religious standpoint, we stand firm in the First Amendment rights for all Americans.
And that's really what it should be. We saw a decline, or I say a decline. I would say we became more of a divisive country in the Obama years after the Smith-Mundt Act was modified under his control. And as a result, you saw news agencies turn into propaganda networks and entertainment. And so you had faux news, which is Fox, right? And you get the impression of conservatism on their network, and they're all the way on one side. They're more establishment in my view. And then you have CNN, which is completely in the other direction. And when we had what we used to term the fairness doctrine, whenever an issue would come up, and the news anchor would have on or talk about the issue, he would have a Republican and a Democrat, or a right and a left leaning commentary people there with him, and he would let each of them speak to the issue. So it was never driven completely to one side. It wasn't about brainwashing people to join their cult or this cult, a way of thinking, because just like you, it's like, I'm not a Republican. I am a conservative.
Correct.
I'm probably way more conservative than the Republican Party is.
Yes.
Well,
you look at the Republican Party.
Paul, kind of a
Republican. You look at the Republican Party today; it's full of Democrats. I mean, Donald Trump was a Democrat. You know, Robert Kennedy,
Tulsi Gabbard, and many others. Many others.
So I look back at John F. Kennedy, and he's actually would be more conservative today than the Republican Party.
They would impeach him so fast.
Yes.
They would impeach him. So if you take, I love this conversation. I'm glad you brought this up. If he would have been, him or his brother, they would have tied Joe Kennedy through the mafia. They would have tied him to Marilyn Monroe. all these things. They would have eaten his lunch today.
Yes.
We just didn't have the technology back then to know and communicate in real time and all that kind of stuff the way it is now. I think a lot of I think that obviously I think our values and the sense of, neighborliness and all that kind of thing is kind of dissipated in the world today. We can live near people for years and not know them or anything about them and not want to.
Well, you think about when I was young. I'm a lot older than you. When I was young, the porches used to be on the front of the house, and people would sit out on their front porch. Think back to the Archie Bunker days of TV.
Every night, All in the Family. That's my favorite show.
And
favorite show.
You sit on the front porch and you talk to people across the street and to your left and to your right. Where are porches today? You build a deck on the back of your house and you put privacy fence all the way around. And then now add technology, and we sit here with our phones and don't even talk to each other at the dinner table.
Yeah, the kids will sit around in the living room, and it'd be 6 or 7 of them. I know I had teenage daughters, and they would all be in the same room and texting each other. Right. They're sitting right next to each other.
Yes.
But they're texting each other. It's funny, but you're right. I grew up in the day and age where everyone sat on the front steps. My mother, kid you not, and I'm from Baltimore City. My mother used to go to the second floor of our row home, pull open the window on the second floor, and lean out and have full conversations with her friend across the street, who was also in her second floor window.
Yes.
And I remember Miss Beverly, Mr. Phil. These are the guys that I grew up around. They would always be out on the front steps. We're like family. Everyone on that block was like family. Yes, and you couldn't do anything that was too crazy because your neighbors knew you. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of those things. But if you went out and got in trouble, mom knew. Before you got home, mom knew. I can tell you one time is growing up in Baltimore, I was a bit of a scrapper, got into a fight downtown, Inner Harbor area. No cell phones, no internet. By the time we walked home and I walked in the door, my dad knew. It's like, how in the hell did you possibly know this? Yeah, that's the word of mouth was crazy. And yeah, it was different. It was a day and an age of exploration, of adventure, taking your BB gun out into the woods and disappearing for hours at a time. I remember I had my old box of pellets or BBs in my pocket and I just got lost, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. We thought we were the Goonies. We were the Sandlot kids. Yeah. I remember the Baltimore Colts came down to our school and helped us spray paint a baseball diamond and played ball with us. And it was community. We had beat cops, and there's no sense in running from the beat cop. He knows your whole family. He knows where you live. He knows your mom, dad, everything else. He doesn't have to chase you.
No.
He's just going to walk straight to your house. It was better, and we had less worries. And today, people just are divided. Yes. And they're divided because they exclude speech. They indoctrinate people. We saw what they did today with RFK and his congressional testimony and how they came at him and tried to control the narrative. And it just didn't work. But when I look at what you're doing and in the ground move that you could be creating, actually allowing podcasts like us and others to come on to your network and be there right next to Fox News and NBC and all the rest, that really opens up the venue for us to be able to say, okay, we could never compete with NBC, ABC, CBS because we don't have the same platform they do, but now we do. Here's the thing though. We do have the numbers. Mm-hmm. We got more numbers than they do. Mm-hmm. We got more followers than they do.
Yes.
But what we lacked was, if I tell you something, like we had a bit of a conversation before we started about some things that I can prove everything that I was talking about. People don't want to believe those things until it comes out of Sean Hannity's mouth or Anderson Cooper's mouth.
Yes.
I can tell you exactly what we know, and we may be dealing with the individuals who know it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll take the information, it'll be like, oh, cool. But then when it comes from them, all of a sudden it becomes real.
Yes.
And what you've done is given us the ability to speak out to the country and tell people what's real, and hopefully have it be received as real and affect change. So the idea now is to make you the next Hulu Live, the next YouTube TV, the next DirecTV, whatever the case may be. Tell people about the network and what they can expect.
I'm so excited because the timing is right now. We launched the company March 4th of 2023, and we grew. We hit numbers that nobody thought we could get to, and today I just announced, as September 4th. By the way, we do everything. Every announcement that we do comes on the 4th of a month. I was the fourth child in my family. Pete Maravich wore number 44 in college. So number 4 just kind of sticks with me. But on October 4th of this year, so just a month from today, our new platform hits the streets. Now it's going to be out a little bit sooner than that. But the new platform literally takes us to an enterprise level platform where we can now compete head to head with any cable company, any satellite company. We've got DVR built in with unlimited DVR. You can save as many shows as you want. Now, in reality, after 60 days, those shows are going to disappear. But, we have DVR available. You can pause live TV. We have a feature that we call it time warp. Just as an example, I've been playing with this now for about a month and a half, and I turned on to a channel and a movie was about 45 minutes already started on live TV. With time warp, I was able to go back to the beginning of the movie and
wait.
Just turn the TV on.
That's what I was going to say. So you turned it on in the middle. You weren't already on the channel.
Correct.
And you can go back to the beginning of the show.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
We just put together a partnership with a company that's been doing this since 2008. We've got 24 new engineers in the company, and we have all of the bells and whistles. These guys have been in the TV business for decades, and they were one of the very first platforms to come out in 2008 of true IPTV. And so we've just finished the merger, and we just spent close to $1 million on equipment to get started, and we will release the new platform on October 4th of this year. So we're very excited about all the benefits and features. I could really geek out on you and tell you how it repacketizes all of the streams. It improves the quality of the picture. We can go up to a 4K connection to stream. So with this new platform, it just puts us in the same ballpark with any cable company, any satellite company. And now we will start marketing ourselves on a much bigger level. And, right now, just so you know, our focus is really on rural America, because nobody pays attention to rural America. When you look at rural telephone companies, there's 26 million subscribers that use a rural telephone company. There are over 40 million households that have electricity from rural electric co-ops. And Touchstone Energy touches more than 40 million households. And these are all people not in Chicago, not in Detroit, not in New York, not LA, none of the big cities. not even in the little cities. There's 40 million households out in rural America. So that's our focus, because people in rural America are very loyal to us. And so when you come to Q, rarely do people ever leave us. And when you understand our whole marketing plan and how people come to join us, I'm an old band director. So when I set this up originally, I did it as a fundraiser. So schools, churches, municipalities can bring subscribers in, and we turn around and donate money back to these nonprofit organizations on a monthly basis. And then we have affiliate agreements like we have with you, where we compensate you for every subscriber that you bring. And here's the key to our whole platform. We do not sell one piece of advertising. We allow you to sell all the advertising you want, and you keep all the money that you make from advertising yourself. We don't want any advertisers coming to us and saying, well, hey, we'll spend $1 million in advertising, but you can't show this network or this TV show. We don't want anything to do with an advertiser trying to dictate to us. So when you look at our company motto, our motto is, we're not in this just to make a dollar. We're in this to make a difference. And our model,
a hell of a motto right there.
different than everybody. And when you take care of other people, guess what? The money comes in more than you could ever imagine. So our focus is taking care of companies like yourself, giving you a platform that just doesn't exist anywhere else.
No, that's for sure. And because I never heard of it, and we were in the same places. We didn't even know it. You were both at the People's Convention in Detroit at the same time. All that we didn't even know each other were there. We probably walked past each other.
Well,
and he's live around the corner from me. I just heard. So I had no idea we were that close to each other that many times and didn't know. But let's talk about the pricing and that sort of thing. And before we do that, I'm gonna show people the advertisement real quick, and we'll come back and we'll touch on it a bit. So let's take a look real quick.
Broadcast, it's taking the world by storm. People are cutting the cord to their high cable bills and moving away from streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and others for something better. Q Broadcast. For just $60 a month, you'll get access to every channel you could ever want, including HBO, Cinemax, and Stars. And the best part, there are no contracts, no hidden fees, and you're free to cancel anytime. With Q Broadcast, you can enjoy streaming live TV, movies, and top series on up to 5 devices at once. Whether you're at home or on the go, Q Broadcast makes sure your entertainment is always at your fingertips. Imagine being able to watch all your favorite channels from anywhere, anytime, without any restrictions. We're talking about thousands of movies, hundreds of TV series, and a huge library of live channels, all in one place. And don't forget video on demand and pay-per-view events. Those are included at no extra cost, so you'll never miss a big event again. Now, take a second and think about your current cable bill. You're probably paying anywhere between $100 and $300 every month.
I'm going to stop it there. Because I want to point out a couple of things that a lot of people probably glance over when they hear this, because to some people it's an advertisement and they're just not listening to what is actually being said. The typical bill for TV, and I was guilty of this too, is between $100 and $300, which is about right. People are paying for the NFL package, HBO, Stars, Cinemax, all these things. And then if you have Amazon Prime or Hulu or whatever, and then a lot of times you want to go in and watch a movie on them, a lot of times the movie you want to watch, they want you to pay again, and you're already subscribed to them. Mm-hmm. So I want to tell you a little story. On the other night, I wanted to watch Dark City, Kevin Bacon movie, true story. And I was on Amazon Prime, and I saw the advertisement for it. Like, it looks good. I'm gonna watch it. They wanted me to pay them $7.99 to watch a movie that has been out for a while and I'm already subscribed to them. What does the money I'm already paying you cover? Well, obviously not this movie. So I go over to Q. I go to the movies part of it right back here. I'm going to back it up for a second. See if I can't back it up. Yeah, I can back it up. So when you're in here, if you'll look, you got fantasy, family, Christmas, action, horror. You can favorite place things. But guys, these are all the same exact shows that you're streaming already on Hulu and Netflix with all the same movies. And it's $59.90 something a month. That's all you pay one time and you get all of it. All of it. All the HBOs, the Cinemax, even the pay-per-view events. This is unheard of. Unheard of. No one. And if you're watching on your TV right now and you got a device, the QR code is right there. Scan it, take a look for yourself. With the energy bills going up the way that they are, and all the money that people are spending, if you're looking for somewhere to cut $150, $100 off your bill, this is an easy place to do it. It's an easy place to do it, and you're not scaling down. You're actually scaling up, and you're paying less. That's the reality of it.
Absolutely. And just so you know, on October 4th, when we release the new platform, the price is going to go up to $69.99. But if you sign up now before October 4th, you will be grandfathered in and stay at $59.99 for life. So, this is the time to join the Q Broadcast family and support Patriots Prayer Network. Sign up, click on that QR code and sign up now at $59.99. And when we add the new platform with all of the benefits and features, the price goes up to $69.99. But if you're signed up before October 4th, you will stay at $59.99 for life. We are calling you all founding members by getting in early. So we appreciate you guys, letting other people know. But and I just announced that today about the price increase to $69.99. But it's unlimited DVR. It has all the bells and whistles.
All of them.
We have several cable companies who are charging their customers $165 to $200 a month that are literally shutting down their cable companies and coming to the Q platform, because we are the most advanced technology in the TV industry today. And we are ahead of the curve. And, you see things like with Stephen Colbert losing his show. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
It's not just that. It's that Netflix paid him several hundred, was it 30, 40 million or whatever it was, and then turned around and gave a bunch of money to Gavin Newsom. Yeah. If you're a conservative and you pay for Netflix, shame on you.
Yep. And at the same time, now that Doge has come in and cut out all the USAID money going to all these TV networks, you're going to see a lot of them disappear in the next few years. In 3 to 5 years, people are going to be watching more Patriots Prayer Network than they are NBC, because these big media companies are going to be hurting. They're already hurting financially because they're a publicly held company. They get public money, and they've been getting funded that way. We are a privately held company. I've literally been offered $600 million to sell my company, and I'm not for sale. We are not for sale. And after the second year of operations, I paid back every investor, paid them back everything, to where now I own 100% of the company. We will never go public. We will stay privately held and privately funded, because
this is going to stay on the internet forever.
Yes.
You just said that. You said you're not going to file an IPO.
No. I have no interest in being a publicly held company. There's so much more capabilities to stay private. And the only reason anybody ever goes public is because they're chasing the money. And we don't care about the money. When we take care of people, people will take care of us and subscribe. You know, right now, $59.99, there's just nothing that you can get anywhere in the industry, anywhere in the world that for this price, and to get all of the shows that you get. Now, here's something we don't always tell people, but here's something we know. People watch 12 to 15 different channels. That's it. We have over 1,300 live channels to watch, but we know people only watch 12 to 15 different channels every month.
Mm-hmm.
So our model is different. We only pay for what people watch. So you look at all these other cable companies and the old traditional way of paying, that financial model is gone.
So Troll asked me where's the link to join. Troll, while we were talking right here, I DM'd you the link. Just look in your DMs, bud. You got it right there. And you can join today. I think there is a sale right now going on. You guys sent us a video. Was it $14? Is that the thing?
Well, those promos are going away, but I believe right now, I think you can still get a trial for 15 days. But the reality is there are no contracts. For $59.99, you get a whole month of service. And if you don't like it, don't pay it next month. Drop the service. With every single customer, when you sign up as a subscriber, you get a back office where you can go in and update your credit card. You can cancel service. You can, we are also adding more services, just as an example, because we compete with
channels all in one place.
Sorry.
We also have security, Q security. We're doing commercial security and home security, and we're going to add internet and telephone, and be able to compete head to head with any cable company because we offer all the same services that they do.
So here is the Q platform, and as you can see, I'm just going down. I'm going to go to news channel. I'm going to go down to the bottom right here beneath NBC. This is where you find us right here. This is where we are. But I mean, as you go through here, recently viewed, entertainment, kids and family, music choice. You got a hell of a lot of music channels. I was messing around in the yard the other day, cleaning up, and I just threw one on, and it was pretty cool. Movie channels. So as you see, you get all these stars, every one of these stars. If you're looking for local news in your area, just choose the one in your area. So everything that you can think, including your faith channels, are on here. They're all here. Sports, NFL, all of the Saints, 49ers, Bears, Bengals, Bills. $59, guys. Come on. This is ridiculous. You can't beat this.
And
yes, he's got BET, Troll.
Yes. Just so you know, too, the pay-per-view channels literally are disappearing by the end of the year. Other companies have bought the rights to those pay-per-view. So there won't be a section called pay-per-view anymore, because now they're going to be on NBC or the different channels. So, and on our new platform, the program guide is so easy to use. And every channel will have its very own channel. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, not sitting here right in front of me, but PPN will be on channel 245.
Okay.
So now every single channel will have a channel number to go to, and then you can put it into your favorites. And if you get your 12 to 15 different favorites that you watch all the time, you don't have to search through 1,300 channels. every time you watch TV, but they're there and they are available for you anytime you want to switch, and anytime you want to watch any of those programs. So we are the future of the TV entertainment business. And when I was at one of these events, I got interviewed by a gentleman who's been in TV broadcasting for 50 years. And when he understood what our business model is, he said, "David, do you realize these giant media companies are going to come after you?" And I said, "What's my name?" He went, "David." And I said, "My mom named me David after David in the Bible because she wanted me to be a musician. My degree's in music education. What else is David known for? Fighting the giants." So we're ready. Bring them on. We're ready to fight the giant media companies because we are doing it different. We are bringing a whole different financial model and giving back into communities, into schools, into churches, into nonprofit organizations, and helping content creators be able to fund and get started in the business. And literally our financial model is what makes us different. And we're giving back every single month. We've got podcasters who are making $50,000 a month already and they have with 5,000 subscribers that have come in through their network. So we have a financial model that puts more money back in your pocket. We have movie producers. I was out in Hollywood about a year ago, and I just met a gentleman who just raised all the money, and he raised about $3.5 million, and he sold his movie to Paramount. And I said, "Well, that's great. I'm glad you sold it to Paramount because we have a contract with Paramount. So we have all of your movies on our service, but you took money from Paramount. So there's nothing we can do to pay you." And so he didn't really like that very much. I said, you'll get your money from Paramount, whatever your contract is with them. So if he wanted to go direct with us with his next movie, I said, "How many subscribers or how many followers do you have in your database that love your movies that you have?" And he said, "Between 4 and 5 million." And I told him, I said, "What if we could reach those 4 million and you only got 100,000 people to respond and come to watch your movies on Q, and those 100,000 subscribers will bring to you $1 million a month in revenue into your pocket directly. Are you going to need an investor to make your next movie?" And obviously the answer was no. He could fund his own. So it just changes the whole world of content creators giving money back and bypassing the big media companies that control everything, that manipulate everything, and full of propaganda. Our model is to end propaganda and get the truth out there.
Yeah. That's kind of where we're at with it too. We have a lot of podcasters on this network. I'd have a hard time listing them all because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by forgetting one person, but there's a lot of us, and there's going to be even more coming over very, very shortly because of that business model.
Yes.
And the future it looks damn good through the eyes of someone who's actually willing to give someone a voice, because everywhere else it's being taken away. It's being taken away, or they're honing in on specific creators and elevating them and stepping on everyone else to do it. It's one way or the other, even on the free speech networks.
Yeah. And so when I first left teaching, I went into the insurance business and sold insurance back in the day where there were small insurance companies that actually somewhat cared for you. Well, in the early 90s, all of these, as when Clinton got elected and they start talking about universal health care and they talk about all of a sudden, the big companies started buying the little companies. And so I built commissions up with these little companies. They got gobbled up by a big company. And guess what happened to my commissions? They disappeared. In the telecom industry, I started with MCI and some small regional telecom companies. So I went from insurance to telecom. The same thing happened there. Today we have Verizon.
MCI went to WorldCom, and then WorldCom went away with the with the oil company. What was it? The big one. It was in 2001. Enron.
Yes.
So everyone remembers Enron and WorldCom were getting ready to go down, and they were afraid that if those stocks went down, they were going to take most of our market with them.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, all the records for the court cases just happened to be in one of the two towers when the 2001 stuff happened, and you never heard anything else about it.
Isn't that amazing? It's a coincidence, I'm sure.
Very big coincidence.
Yeah.
He let me say that on his network, guys. You guys all heard that. So yeah.
So I saw it happen in the insurance business. I saw it happen in the telecom business. In the TV business, we're down to 6 different networks control all of the media. So groups like us, they don't even know we exist yet. And we don't care. We want to reach people at the grassroots level. And we're going to the same types of conventions that you're going to. And, we had General Flynn came to our company retreat this past February to speak at our retreat. And, when you look to see what the media did to him,
we
threw him under the bus and made him sound like a criminal.
Not just the media, the establishment Republican Party, Mike Pence.
Yes.
It was Mike Pence, and then Mike Pence chief of staff, who was the wife of Peter Strzok's partner, the FBI, who tricked him and came in before he could really get his feet in.
Come on, that's all conspiracy, right?
No, it's not. You showed me the picture with you and Ivan Raikland, so it's not like you don't know. I know Ivan. I know Ivan, and I know General Flynn, and so I know obviously the circles you run in are the same people that we know and we deal with. Nate Kane and Glenn Baker, all these guys are all in the same circle of folks and friends, and so we hear quite a bit more than what we say, and there's not enough time in a day to chase all those rabbit holes, that's for sure.
Exactly. And so we pick and choose our fights, but now that Tulsi Gabbard is in there, she's releasing all the documents that prove what we said 10 years ago is all factual, it's all true, and it's all coming out. And so that's where we know what we're doing with Q Broadcast is the future of the TV entertainment business. And shows like yours will become the main shows of the future. And these big media groups are going to start disappearing because first of all, they lost. I know we're not supposed to know that USAID was funding all these media groups. And all the propaganda.
Reuters, all of it. The same people who supposedly anonymously leaked the information to impeach Donald Trump were being funded by USAID money.
Right.
And then as everyone knows now, Ilhan Omar, all of a sudden, she's a millionaire. Yeah. She was a thousandaire when she got in office.
Yes.
Now she's worth $30 million because she's in the middle of a $250 million pandemic fraud scam called Feeding the Future, which she quarterbacked. Yes. And $250 million is gone. Now all of a sudden she has 30 million. There are quite a few things that we're we're going to be talking about here in the next couple of weeks, because I've been out of the saddle for a while, and going and talking to people and working deals behind the scenes and setting things up. And so I backed off and I let all the other guys do their thing, and I was helping them. But whenever I do a podcast and I sit down, it takes me a while to prepare these shows, because I get specific clips, I get the history. I'm more the analytic type,
right?
So I just don't shoot from the hip. And it's going to be interesting, the things that we have to come. I had Richard Gage on a month or so ago, and Richard Gage is the president of Engineers and Architects for 9/11 Truth. The guy knows more about what happened on 9/11 than anyone else. So he sent me four unaired documentaries that he was going to release, and I have all four of them. And starting next week at 9 p.m. Pacific time on the Patriots Prayer Network on Q Broadcast, I'm going to be airing them one after the other each night. So every night at 9 o'clock, you're going to see information about, and I haven't even watched them yet. So I'll be honest, I haven't, but I know this guy and I trust his material and I know his source. And the guy is unbelievable. Matter of fact, short story, sidebar. I was on TikTok and I love the platform, no matter how China centric it is. I get on there and I like to sharpen my debate skills, because they're on you when you get on there. So I got into this room. They were talking about what really happened on 9/11. Well, the room was obviously ran by ops, people who were complete opposition, who wanted to push the mainstream narrative and try to make anyone who knew anything look silly. I was coming fresh off the podcast with Richard Gage, so I was ready. I was ready,
locked and loaded.
And I stepped into this live and I shut it down. And by the time I got done talking, the live ended right in the middle of me speaking. Live ended, so you're going to get to see some of that kind of stuff on his network. There's 4 episodes. They're hour and a half long each, and they're about upcoming litigation that's going to be fought on behalf of getting the truth about what happened in 9/11 out, because Richard Gage is filing federal lawsuits, and he has the backing of people like Ron Johnson and many other notable Republicans that are standing behind him trying to get the truth out. So you guys are going to get to see some things that nobody else saw. I'm telling you ahead of time, 9 o'clock, starting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You will see each night at 9 p.m. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4. You don't want to miss that.
So what we need to do on Q's social media platform has just launched and kicking off. And so we need to get that information out on our social media as well. But now is the time for people to subscribe, and that you need to go to the Patriots Prayer Network link. There's a QR code sitting on your screen right now. You need to go to that and share this with all of your family, all of your friends, all of your neighbors, everybody that you know, and let people know about Q Broadcast. You can very easily sign up, and when you do it between now and October 4th, it'll be $59.99 per month, and you will be locked in at $59.99 per month forever, as that's the reward for coming in before we even release that final platform with all of the bells and whistles on it. Listen, our platform works great today. It's just going to have a lot more bells and whistles after October 4th. But, sign up today. There are no contracts. There's no long-term commitments. You get the service, and once you get it and learn how to use it, it's very easy. We have all the instructions on our website on how to load it. We're in the Amazon App Store. We're in the iOS Apple Store. We're in Google Store. So you can download the app And when you sign up for service, you'll get a username and password and a 12-digit code. You just plug that 12-digit code in, and boom, you're on watching TV. Literally, you could be doing it within 15 minutes.
So you got Truthcast Media, Little Talk Show with Brad Barton, these are all podcasts. KISS TV, The Jim Price Show, Patriot TV, Quantum, B2T, Homefront, AIM, Freedom Speech News, TPC, Faith Vision Network, Liberty. I almost said Liberal Central, and I was going to turn and look at you now. It's like Unlimited Living. Guys, listen, they're all on here. I know I was flipping around the other day and I saw InfoWars.
Yes,
so they're on here as well.
Under the news area. They're just below you in the news section.
So, guys, there's nothing. Look, Black News Channel. Look, it's truly free speech, guys, and it's not. There's InfoWars right there.
Yep.
Look, so you're getting all of it, and no troll. There's no foreign money. That's his whole point. Nobody's paying him off. He's in nobody's pocket. So that's the kind of level of service that you're looking for. You're looking for something that gives you the news that you want to hear, watch the TV that you want to watch. It doesn't matter what city or state you're in. All your local stuff is there. You can favorite place it, set your channels. It's going to have cloud services hooked up to this thing. So now you can do all your TiVo style, TiVo's not around anymore. What are they calling it?
Well, DVR
video
recording.
Yeah, yes. DVR. So you can DVR, and are you going to have this time warp thing? So people,
yes.
if I turn on a show and I catch it in the middle, I'll be able to turn it back to the beginning.
Yes,
that's cool.
So
has anyone got that yet?
Nobody does it.
I've never even heard of that. That's
yes. So that's the level of engineers that we have. They've been, with our partner, they've been doing it, but nobody knows who they are because they've just been a small cable company in rural areas. And now their platform is becoming our platform. And the Q broadcast platform, we call it time warp because you can just turn on your TV. The reality is we record every single station and we keep it in archives for 2 weeks. So you can even go back. Well, okay, I'm only going to say 72 hours. Okay. You can go back a couple of days and watch something that happened 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Pretty cool.
So even if it's, 3 days old, you can still go back and catch up and watch it. They call that catch-up service, not catsup, not like red gold tomatoes. It's not catsup, but it's catch up. Catch up.
Yeah, I was one of those poor kids. I know exactly what catsup is.
Yes, and I notice I'll advertise red gold catsup and not the one that starts with an H. I won't recognize that as a.
I'm with you, Troll. I love the Golden Girls. I watch All in the Family and Sanford and Son, and I like the old TV.
Yes,
I like the old TV. The 80s TV, 70s TV. That's my stuff. I'm still like a big MASH fan and Gomer Pyle, and I just that's what I grew up watching. I still watch Bonanza. The Rifleman. I'm that guy, and I'm completely not of this time. I'm not.
Well, and what's funny is we have several people that work for us in our company that are under 40 years old, and I talk about Gilligan's Island or talk about Father Knows Best or some of these shows, and they just kind of like patronize me and go,
right. This is what happens when Maurice is typically here, and I'll do a reference, an older reference, and I forget like he's like a lot younger than me, so he doesn't get the reference. But yeah, I mean, but I don't get his reference. They say stuff like based. I learned that word from him. So I didn't know that was a word. It's evidently it means cool. And so
Cool works for me.
Old shows are based, troll. Yes. So anything else you want to tell the guys before we get out of here?
That's really we've really had a good overview, and I just can't encourage people to tell your friends about it, and go to this QR code that's on the screen and the link that goes to Patriot Prayer Network and help support their network and what they're doing. They're doing an amazing job, and we just really want to support Eddie and the whole group at Patriots Prayer Network.
And we appreciate you guys so much for everything that you do. Thank you for creating a platform where free speech can be celebrated. It's a huge thing, and wish you nothing but success in all you do. And I just can't say enough good about you guys. And looking forward to looking at this time warp feature, because I've never even heard of it. And I'm kind of a gadget freak. I like new fandangled things, and so I'm gonna be checking that out. I'm definitely gonna be checking that out.
So the chief engineer of this group, you watch football and you see the yellow line that shows where the first down marker is. He created that. That's his intellectual property. He created that technology. At the time, he worked for GE.
I created the yellow line.
Yes. So these guys know all the technology on how to deliver the TV. So our content contracts with their technical side and with all the bells and whistles, we've got an amazing team. Really looking forward to working with you over the next few years. And I'm promising you, I'm saying this on national TV right now. Our company is not for sale. There's no amount of money you can offer me to take us off of where we're going, because we are all about making a difference. It's not just to make a dollar, but our model is to make a difference in the world of TV entertainment in the future.
You heard it here first, guys. So click the QR on the screen. It's also in the description of the video, depending on what platform you're watching. It's also anywhere on the patriotsprayer.com website. It's on all of our pages. Guys, go check these guys out. Save yourself a bundle of money and get more in the process. There is no reason. I don't understand what the argument against it would be from anyone. Wouldn't you rather keep another $100 in your pocket or no, you just want to give it away? Because if you just want to give it away, I'll tell you what my Give Send Go is, and you can send it to me. But listen, these guys are great. They're doing things that no one else is doing. And that's exactly why Maurice and I decided to go this route. We had other offers to do the same thing before with other streaming services, and every single time, David, they were like, okay, but we don't want you to say it like this. You have to do this, and we're going to put you with someone who's going to help you formulate your message and do all. And we were no. And believe it or not, one of them, the ones were offering money like up front and all kinds of things, but it's like it's not worth. What am I selling? Right. So yes. I'm with you on that. There, it's I'm not gonna sell out, never, and no matter what. And we've sank a lot of time, money, sweat equity into PPN and growing our broadcast family and making the right connections and dealing with the right sponsors and people who align with our values. I mean, we've turned down sponsors who just we just can't say that we want to be connected to a particular company or something. And so there's a lot to be said for integrity, and that's why another thing that attracts us to you guys, and I think this is going to be a long beneficial relationship between the two of us. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. We have around 3,000 folks in here right now, so guys, you heard it here. You heard it here first. $59, $59.99 a month if you get it before October the 4th. The QR code is on the screen. The link is in the description of the video. You're going to get all of the movie channels, all, not just some, all of the movie channels, VOD, all of your streaming services, all the series you want to watch that are on Hulu, Netflix, all that's there too. They're all there too. All you want to watch football, you want to, all of that. It's all here. Quit paying $200-$300 a month for TV. $59.99. It's on the Apple Store. It's on the Play Store. You can get it on your devices. You can get it on your computer. Take it with you wherever you want to go. I got tired of carrying around my Fire Stick. Now I could just fire up my laptop, and there it is. Guys, you don't. It's the deal of the century. Stop wasting your money with all those other networks, and spend your money where your values are. You want to. I mean, you really want to make a difference. Divest from things you don't believe in, because it's the same people complaining that free speech is under attack that are funding the networks that are attacking the free speech. So stop doing it. It's very simple. Divest. Get your money out of those networks. Guys, thank you so much. And as usual, the silent majority need to stop being silent and stand your ground. Evil will never retreat willingly. It must be beaten back every time. Guys, thank you for joining the Patriots Prayer Podcast tonight, and we will see you again very soon. Thank you.
My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PPN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
Know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag.